Hello everyone, in this video we'll explore the biconditionals and definitions. Alright, a biconditional is a compound statement that combines two conditional statements and is read as if and only if. Alright, the example of a biconditional statement is two angles are supplementary if and only if the sum of the measure of two angles is 180 degrees. Now, a quadrilateral is a plane figure that has four sides or edges and has four corners or vertices. Alright, so parallel plane is the example of the quadrilateral, right? Now, good definition. A good definition is a statement that can help you identify or classify an object. Now, a good definition uses clearly understood terms. These terms should be commonly understood or already defined. A good definition is precise. Good definition avoid words such as large, short of, and almost. A good definition is reversible, which means it has the converse. Thus, you can write a good definition as a true biconditional. Now, here's the biconditional statement. Now, remember, you can reverse the good definition, right? So, suppose I have this statement P implies Q. And if you reverse it, it could be Q implies P, right? So, if you combine these two guys, it turns out to be P if and only if Q, right? This one is called biconditional statement, right? So, example of the biconditional statement is a point is a midpoint if and only if it divides a segment into two congruent segments, right? Now, example number 1. What is the converse of the following true conditional? If the converse is true, rewrite the statement as a biconditional, right? Now, if the sum of the measure of two angles is 180 degrees, then the two angles are supplementary, right? Now, if we want to do the converse, we just reverse the order. This guy go to the front and this guy go to the back, right? So we're going to say if the two angles are supplementary, then the sum of the measure of two angles is 180 degrees. And the converse actually true, right? Now, we're going to rewrite this one as the biconditional statement. So, we're going to say two angles are supplementary if and only if the sum of the measures of the two angles is 180 degrees. Now, example number 2. What are the two conditional statements that form this biconditional? Alright, a ray is an angle bisector if and only if it divides an angle into two congruent angles, right? So the statement P is a ray is an angle bisector, right? And the statement Q is it divides an angle into two congruent angles, right? Now P implies Q. So we're going to say if a ray is an angle bisector, it divides an angle into two congruent angles, right? Now Q implies P. If a ray divides an angle into two congruent angles, then it is an angle bisector. Example number 3. Is this definition of quadrilateral reversible? If yes, write it as a true biconditional. Now, definition. A quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. Now, we need to check to see if this definition is reversible, right? So, in order to do that, we need to write the conditional first, right? So, we need to say if a figure is a quadrilateral, then it is a polygon with four sides. Now, we're going to reverse the order. If a figure is a polygon with 4 sides, then it is a quadrilateral. The conditional and its converse are both true, right? If we check this one, we see it. They are true. The definition is reversible. So since the definition is reversible, the biconditional statement works, right? So we're going to say that a figure is a quadrilateral if and only if it is a polygon with 4 sides. Now, how do you determine whether a definition is reversible? We're going to write the definition as a conditional and the converse of the conditional. If both are true, then the definition is reversible, right? Now, example number 4. Which of the following is a good definition? A. A fish is an animal that swims. B. Rectangles have 4 corners. C. Giraffes are animals with very long necks. D. A penny is a coin worth 1 cent. A good definition is reversible, thus it will not have a counter example. Alright, choice A whale is a counter example. Since it is an animal that swims, but it is a mammal, not a fish. Now, choice B, corner is not clearly defined. All quadrilaterals have 4 corners. Now, choice C, very long is not precise. Also, choice C is not reversible because ostriches also have longness. Choice D is a good definition, right? It is reversible, and all of the terms in the definition are clearly defined and precise. So the answer is D. Now we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to learn how to classify undefined terms, definition, conjectures, postulates, and theorems. Undefined terms, the terms that is not given a formal definition. In geometry, 3 undefined terms are points, lines, and planes. Definition is the meaning given to a term. It is the formal statement that describes what the term is. Now, conjecture is a statement that may be true but has never been proven. It is a guess based on known information, but it has neither been verified nor shown to be false. Now, postulate. A postulate is a statement that is accepted as true without proof. It is used to prove other statements, often as part of the theorem. Now, theorem is a statement that has been proven to be true by accepted arguments. It may be deduced from, for example, definition, postulates, and other theorems. Now, example number 5. Match the following statements with undefined terms, definition, conjectures, postulates, and theorem. Question A. Rohan is trying to prove a statement about all prime numbers that he believes is true. No proof of the statement exists. So this guy actually conjecture, right? Because he's trying to prove a statement that has not been proved yet. Now question B. Colino proved a certain statement about a polynomial function. This is a theorem because he's trying to prove a statement, right? Now question C. Zara wrote a proof that included the following statements. The statement formally describes what a triangle is. A right triangle is a triangle with one right angle. This guy actually definition, right? Because it describes a triangle. Now question D. Joel wrote a proof that included a certain statement. The statement is not a definition, but is accepted as true without a proof. This guy actually a postulate, right? Because it is accepted to be true without any proof. And the last one, Mark read a proof in a textbook that included a statement about points. This guy actually undefined term, right? Because it is related to points. And it's your time to stop. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand